Hello, hello. How's everybody? How we doing on this Friday? We got 4 people on. Let me give it a few more minutes. Hopefully we'll get some more in soon. Don't everybody talk all at once. Thank you, thank you. How you doing, Silver Keys? Hey, awesome, thank you. Appreciate that. Hey, Doug. Hey, Westside. Yeah, Doug, looks like we were both wrong because silver is now officially 40 bucks. And it's only September. Peaked out today at 41.46. Right now it's 40.99. At 851, you talk about subscribers? Oh yeah, 851, cool. True. And I said by the end of the year, so I guess we were both kind of right. Well, thank you, Doug. Every little bit helps, right? Yeah, now that silver got declared a critical mineral, I am updating my theory that now I think by the end of next year that silver is going to be $100 an ounce. So whether it's, world silver or bullion or old American junk silver, whatever, I'm thinking now is probably a good time for people be loading up. I do. I actually do really think so. It's the same reason why gold is so high. Because if you guys remember, back in definitely like the early 2000s, platinum used to be more than gold per ounce. And then, when did they... Let me see something real quick. Okay, so it was in March 2025 when gold was officially declared a critical mineral. Which I thought it was sooner than that, but... And then if you think about it, it was shortly after that gold spiked way up over $3,000. Hey Zeke, I haven't seen you in ages. How have you been? Rhodium was $20,000 an ounce. Isn't rhodium radioactive? Oh, no. Okay. Rhodium 103, which is the natural rhodium, is stable. And then there are 25 different radioactive isotopes of rhodium. Okay. But yeah, so I think now $50 by the end of this year, and I think it's gonna potentially get up to $100 an ounce by the end of next year. Well, hey man, good to see you again. Exotic pressure metals are unique. Yeah, I've got my brother, like a year or two ago, gave me, I think it was like 5 1-ounce bars of molybdenum, which I thought was pretty cool. And I'm hoping to make use of it someday. Hello.
Love you.
Love you too.
See you later.
Laying down?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so molybdenum, for anybody who doesn't know, if you don't follow swords, the old, really old, not the modern, but the really, really old Japanese katanas, the molybdenum was alloyed with the tomahawk steel, and that was what made them so strong. Yeah, usually how it works. You have 50 pounds of sodium metal. Keep it away from water. Yeah, anybody who has metallic sodium, keep it away from water. It will explode. So the books, I haven't read them yet. Oh, you get around to it. That was the Rick Snow, the two big Rick Snow books, right? Heck yeah. It's more like, I mean, more than reading them, like, you know, just sitting and reading them cover to cover, they're more for reference for individual coins. Like, if you are dedicated enough that someday you read it cover to cover, then kudos for you. But books like that, I use them as, if I need to look up a specific date, then I'll go to that page and find the information I need. I have not. He's been out of town for 2 weeks. I haven't even been able to get anything from him lately. That's why tonight, you guys probably noticed, there's a lot of leftovers. Because he's still out of town. He's not back till next week. And then 2 weeks after he gets back, he's going to be leaving town again for another show. This is that part of the year where it's really tough even catching him. All right, well, right now YouTube's showing me 3 on, which I know is not right. Because I know for sure we have at least, what? We got Doug, Zeke, Aaron, and his Silver Keys is still on. That's at least 4 right there. Yeah, I don't even have a copy of those books. Every time I get them to give away to you guys. Of course, I don't really need them right now, because if I ever need them that bad, I just go to Rick's. Alright, 5 people showing now. Hopefully we'll get a few more soon. Do the do. And then the guy that was talking about doing the consignment sale this month, I'll be hitting him up soon to find out what's going on there. You move to? Well, if you get anything, make sure to, or even if you don't get anything, actually, email me your new address so I can change it on my files. So that way I have your current stuff on hand. Yeah, I'm going to give it like 4 minutes, then we'll get going. Bring on the coins. But yeah, so to give people a bit of an idea, if you don't keep track of it on your own. So with the new higher, oh, silver went up again. It's 41.03 now. With the new higher silver melt, your war nickels are now $2.30 in melt. Your 90% silver dimes are $2.97. 90% silver quarters are $7.42. Your 90% silver half dollars are $14.84. So, no more 90% silver proofs on my shows are going to be going for $15 anymore because they shot up. They're going to be like $20 now. Your 40% silver half dollars are $6.07 melt. And then 90% silver dollars, that's your Morgan's piece of dollars, $31.74. 40% silver Ikes are currently $12.98 melt. So there you go. That's off of, I'll put the link in the chat in case anybody doesn't have this website. It's Coinflation. Gives you all the different melts of all the American coins. And then they have a version for Canada coins too. So that's where our melt stands for American coinage right now. So like, for example, tonight on the list, you know, you got all those silver Washington quarters on there. You know, those are what, $2.58 over melt for pretty much all of those silver quarters. Is that an app? No, it's a website. Good old-fashioned website called Coinflation. It gives you the real-time melt values of all the coins. So if silver suddenly jumps 20 cents an ounce, then it updates all the whole list in real time. And then for those of you that are familiar with them, So I still have these others here. You know, these obviously these don't sell for melt. They have a much higher premium on them because of low mintage and all that kind of thing. For example, the ones that are here from the guy that's going to do the consignment sale, there's only 99,000 of these minted. But these guys, the 20 Balboas, 925 sterling silvers. So melt on these guys right now, just the melt value alone is $158.36. Because there is 3.5839 ounces of silver weight in those. So silver is on the up and up. But, all right, let's get the beginning stuffs out the way. For anybody new, payments made via PayPal. Use Cheapskate Coins at gmail.com and use goods and services only, please. We also have Cash App using the same email. Cheapskate Coins at gmail.com. If you use Cash App, it will say Louis Gachera. That's me. You are in the right place. Anybody new, you can get something. You can get stuff tonight. You just have to send me an email by the end of the night. Email has to have your personal info, shipping info, channel name, which payment method you're going to use, and what email you use for that payment method for invoicing purposes. If I don't get that email, you will not get anything, and we never ship without payment. Shipping is $6 to $23. $6 being little purple bubble mailers, $23 being a large flat rate box. That might be going up. Just to give you guys a heads up, the last large flat rate that I sent out ended up being 27 and change. So that might be going up. I'm going to be keeping an eye out on that. I might have to raise the price on some of the flat rates, because if they raise the prices and didn't tell anybody, then what can you do, right? But as of right now, that's still the shipping prices until I know for sure. If you want it sent registered, it is a $45 charge on top of the shipping charge. It is the only way you can insure coins all the way through the mail. And keep in mind, if you do registered, you will have to sign for it when it arrives. We also have a mailing list. If you want to be on the mailing list, shoot me an email, cheapskatecoins@gmail.com, and say, add me to the mailing list. If you're on the mailing list, you will get the lot list. Lately, it's been like a day before every sale, but that's just because it's taking longer to be able to get stuff, which is annoying. But I'm hoping to get back to being able to do it 2-3 days before every sale. But as soon as that hits your email, you have the ability to pre-purchase items. I do not charge right away for pre-purchases. I will wait until the night of the sale and then invoice everybody together. And then here is our Facebook link. If you're on Facebook, go give us a follow. Tonight's lot list is on there as the top post. I do put the lot list on there every day we have a sale. And then, of course, anything that went in pre-sale is removed from the list. So what is on that Facebook list is what is available. Hey, Moose Socks. Not very many people really use pre-sale anymore. I remember there was a time back in the day we used to burn through half a list, 3/4 of a list. One time we burned through 2.5 lists just in pre-sales. Nowadays, barely gets used. Like, for example, this week, we had one lot went in pre-sale, and it went to Moose Hawks. That was the 2014 DMP Kennedys. That was it. Everything else is still available. So, don't be afraid to use that pre-sale, especially if there's something on there you really want. Get it locked in so that you don't lose it. And that was back when I did charge right away when people did pre-sale. That we were clearing out a bunch of stuff. I miss those days. Not just because obviously that means I make more money, but also because back when it was like that, that was when we were able to get a lot better and a lot more and a lot crazier stuff for you guys, and I miss being able to do that. Like, if you guys have noticed, it's becoming a lot more rare that we ever have like Morgans or Peace Dollars or, you know, any of the really good like Seated Liberty stuff or Cat Bust. It's just because, well, one, availability, it's getting harder to find, but also we haven't had enough money to go and get it. You would think in 2025 they would have been able to get really good, fast internet everywhere. You know? Of course, internet, they also need to change it so the internet just gets declared a utility. Because at this point, you have to have it. You pay a lot of your bills on it, you do banking on it, you do job interviews on, or not interviews, but you do job applications on it, you do medical video appointments on it. It's a utility. All right, so we are starting as always with banknotes. Kicking off is a 1988 through 1990 series, so this was only used for 3 years for this design. It is a 1,000 Australis from Argentina. Going for $2. Let me get that out of the way real quick so you can see that bit. Some pretty cool artwork on it. Some of these are cool to have just for the artwork. Anybody? Kind of sucks. I recently I got like the first, I think it's the first banknote, definitely one of the first banknotes I've ever gotten from the Congo. But it's ripped in half and then taped back together, so I can't sell it. Because, come on, I'm not going to sell that. It was just in a bulk pack of notes that I got. All right, moving on. Stop it. Go away. All right, next up, from 1988 to 1991 series, this is the 5,000 Australis. Going for $2. All right, moving on. Alright, the last one from Argentina. Same years, 1988 to 91. This is the 10,000. Does have some graffiti on the obverse, so I'm doing this one for $1. It's just that right there. Somebody wrote that on there. Some Argentinian person wrote that on there, I'm assuming. So this one's only going for $1. Some Argentinian hyperinflation going on right there. If anybody wants all three as a set, so that's the 10,000, the 5,000, and the 1,000. I will do all three for $4. Oops. Wrong button. There we go. All three bills for $4. So you can keep it as a set. Anybody? $10,000, $5,000, and $1,000. All right, no love for Argentina banknotes. Got it. Moving on. Next up, we don't get these very often either. Next one is from Colombia. 1973, Type 1. So this is an interesting one. I don't know why they even did this. But it's the date. For some reason, it's 1.973. And there is another version of it that doesn't have the dot. It just says 1973 as normal. Bogota, Colombia, 1 peso. This one's going for $3. So definitely a nice piece for anybody that's looking for the South America stuff. Anybody? Alright, moving on. And then also from Colombia, $1972, 2 pesos. And I'll also do this one as a, if anybody wants them as a set, I'll do both for $4. So just like the Argentinas, I'll give you $1 off. Alright, moving on. Oh, Doug's taking that set. Congrats, Doug. Colombia's going to Doug. Alrighty. Right, next up, I have one banknote from the Philippines. It is a 1969 1 peso. It does have graffiti on the reverse, so I'm just doing it for $1. I have no idea what they put that on there for, but hey, whatever. And this one's going to Zeke. Congrats, Zeke. Wait. Been a while since I've used your card. I gotta find it. Ah, there it is. Might go there one day. Sure, why not? Could be a cool place to go. All the photos I've seen from over there, it looks really pretty. Being an island nation. Alright, next up, this one is a series from 1969 to 1978. It is a 10 baht from Thailand. Going for $2. I doubt I'll ever make it to Thailand, but I wouldn't mind going there someday just to go and see the temples. I would love to see the Temple of Angkor Wat, or Angkor, however you say it. That'd be an awesome thing to see in person. Anybody? Ooh, what did I just do? Oh, okay, apparently I just made my page refresh. Oh, very cool. All right, moving on. Next one. This one's still spendable. It's from 2022. 200 rials from Cambodia. Uncirculated note. So if you ever happen to find yourself in Cambodia, you'll have 200 rials you can spend. Oh, let's see, just for curiosity. I'm going to look at something real fast. What will 200 rials buy in Cambodia? Ow. You would think this would be something easy to look up. But the only thing I'm seeing is the spot is one thing where it's saying if you do go to Cambodia, it says to take both rials and US dollars, and it says for small purchases, use the rials, and for larger purchases, you use US dollars. So like anything, if the price is under $10, then use the rials instead, and you'll probably get a better rate. And they said don't bother exchanging USD to rial if you go there because you'll naturally receive rial as change. Let's see. So an average meal at a Cambodian McDonald's is 7 rials. 1 pint domestic beer is 1 rial. Imported beer is 2.5 rials. So hey, there's 200 pints of beer right there for you. True. No, it's not out of date. It's if you think about it, like think about Mexico. A Mexican peso is worth what, like 7 cents or 8 cents or something like here. Let me see. Mexico peso to USD. Oh, not even that much. It's 5 cents per peso. For a Mexican peso is the exchange rate right now. But average rent in Mexico City in pesos. Your average rent, if you were to live in Mexico City right now in the city center, the average rent would be 18,500 Mexican pesos per month, approximately. So if you take that to USD, 18,500 Mexico pesos. US dollars. It would be $988.47 US. And that's for like that'd be like the equivalent of living in Manhattan in the US. That's what central Mexico City would be. So although it's it appears worthless here because it is, it's not worthless there. And that's also why if you have an income of, say you have a retirement or something, you can go to a lot of other countries and for honestly, if like a couple of grand a month, you can live like almost like royalty in some of these other countries. Alright, anyway, next up, got one from Taiwan. 1976 10 yen, or 10 won, Taiwan. So this one was for use in the Kinmen district only. This was A note that was released only to be usable in one district in Taiwan. Which gives a kind of some interesting history in my book. Well, I mean, yeah, for that I was going based off Google, so you know, take that with a grain of salt for the Google parts. But I do know plenty of people that have gone to Mexico and that I've worked with in old hourly jobs that sent money back to Mexico. So their family was living quite well. But no, I assume that they're not just giving away beer unless they have it flowing like water. Anybody on this one? That sounds like an interesting job, though, working in the international development. Hey, Kelly. All right, moving on. Last banknote is a 1919 or 1990 1,000 lire from Italy, uncirculated, $2. It was much better 10 months ago, I would imagine. All right, moving on. All right, we're on to medallions now. So these are all medallions that have been in previous shows, so I'm going to kind of just blow through them quick. Hoping to just unload some of these finally. So if anybody wants to make an offer on any of them, you definitely feel free to make an offer. If I can do it, I will. If not, I won't. First one is the 130th Engineer Brigade Command Coin of Excellence. Going for $10. Combat ready. America's best and getting better. If anybody doesn't know what a command coin is, military would carry these things around. And if your CO just happened to pop up and demand to see your command coin and you couldn't show it to him, you would end up doing like 50 push-ups right there. Gotta be ready. Anybody? Could be some memorabilia. For anybody who likes to collect the military memorabilia. I just recently picked up a really cool piece of military memorabilia. It was the hat pin from World War II off of a. It would have been one of the German troops, and it was the Panzer Division. So it was one of the guys that worked, would be in the Panzer tanks. So, there's only one way that they got that pin off that hat and brought it back to America. All right, moving on. Next up, this is one of the bronze medallions out of the old San Francisco mint sets. The big ones, I believe these were only out of the premier sets, the ones that you would get if you did the tour of the facility. Anybody? $4. I'll give you 2 for 3, Doug. Going to Doug for 3. Congrats. And by the way, if anybody wanted that command coin, I could go as low as like I could go $6 for it, for that command coin if anybody wanted it. This one is just a cool random thing that, I mean, like, when else are you ever going to come across one of these? This was a train medallion from the Falun 350 AR in Sweden. I hadn't heard about it, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, everything that it makes could easily be handled by the other mints. Anybody on this one? I could go as low as $3 on this one too. If anybody wants it for 3. All right, moving on. Next up is a high relief William H. Taft Presidential Commemorative Medallion. And I mean, that stands up pretty good off of that surface there. And I'm not even sure when this was made. But $4 on that one if anybody wants it. I can go as low as 3 if anybody wants it for 3. Because again, I'm just trying to offload some of this stuff. Alright, moving on. Next up is a golden statement, 1/4 ounce copper. Going for $4. It's got the Indian head design. Pretty sure that's Tall Chief. An eagle design, and then it does actually say on it quarter ounce 999 pure copper. There's a better view of the eagle. Better view of Tall Chief there. $19.29. And this one's going to Zeke. Congrats, Zeke. All right, next up is Ho Memorial Hospital Lord's Prayer Medallion. I can go as low as $250 for this one. If anybody wants this one for $250. Right, if you know anybody that's religious, this would be a cool thing for them. Or if you yourself are. Say Presbyterian Memorial Hospital. So if anybody wants this, I'll do this one tonight actually for $250. All right. And the last one, White House Presidential Seal Medallion. So I believe you could only ever get these by doing the tour at the White House. But I'll go $3 on this one tonight. If anybody wants it for $3, I'll knock $1 off. And going to Doug for $3. Congrats, Doug. All right. Coinage time. Hey, Monkey King. See, we're just getting the coins, and now you gotta go. Have a good night, man. All right, first coin up tonight is an oldie. This is an 1862 small 8 reverse 3 low 2 in date farthing from Britain in fine. That's a lot to say. And this one's going for $5. So you see how the 2 is sitting basically on the rim, or the inner part of the rim. And then that's the small 8. The large 8 looks like really big and fat. Anybody? $5. It's an awesome coin, guys. And going to Moose Socks, Kratzer. All right, next up, I normally do these in 10 coin bundles, but I didn't have enough. But I had enough to do 2 5-coin bundles. So tonight they're 5s. These are British large pennies. 5 for $5. Bundle number 1. She's got a new place. But next month is different. Hey, nothing wrong with that. So you're starting off with a pretty decent quality 1920 right there. Side flip, not up and down. 1921. 1940. 64. And a 67. Anybody? $5 for the bundle. Still $1 a piece, just like our 10 bundles would be. And going to Wayne. Congrats, Wayne. You are very welcome. Need your card. All right, and then here is bundle number 2. All right, so it's almost the same dates as the first one. So you got 1920. Whoa. 21. 40. This is the only one that's different. In this one, there's a 62, and the other one, it was a 64. And then a 67. Anybody on this one? 5 for $5. And going to Wayne. Congrats, sir. All right, next one up. I've got 3 of these available. There are 2 VFs and an EF, but they're all $5. So whoever says bin first will get the EF version of it. These are 1919 large cents from Canada. Okay, nope. No, there's actually a VF, a fine, and 2 fines. Okay, so I actually mislabeled those. So 2 fines and a VF. So the first person that says bin is going to get the VF. And let me fix the other 2 real quick. And again, they're $5 a piece regardless. And Wayne is getting the VF. That leaves the 2 fines. Anybody? All right, moving on. All right, then this next little bundle is kind of cool. This is another Canada bundle. This is a 4 Canadian nickel bundle for $6. And yeah, you're getting a 1922 in fine. The 1942 Tomback in VF. The 1944 chrome-plated steel AU. And the 1945 chrome-plated steel AU. This one does have a little bit of scratches. It's only $1.50 a coin, guys. $6 for the set. If nobody else wants it for the 6, I'll give it to you for 5, Wayne. Anybody want it for the full $6 before I give it to Wayne for 5? All right, you got it, Wayne. Going to Wayne for $5. Alrighty. And that takes us into World Silver time. Kicking off with Canada, since we're already in Canada to begin with. And we're kicking off with dimes. All right. First one up is a 1943 EF. Going for $4. Let's see what melt on these is right now, just out of curiosity. with the new $41 and change silver price right now. Current melt on these, $2.47 just in melt for the 80% silver Canada dimes. Did it go? Yeah, I did. We covered that at the beginning. It's as of right this second, it made it up to 41.46 was the high for the day. And right this second, it's $40.99. All right, moving on. To the 1953 $4. Also in an EF. Trying to get the focus on this thing right. There we go. It's got some toning going on. Anybody? So yeah, so that's less than $1.50 over melt for these things. For the $4 ones. Hey, chef. All right, moving on. Next up. $19.64 BU proof like. Check that out. That is a blinger. Go for $6. You don't get it much nicer than that, guys. All right, moving on. We also got a 1964 in AU for $4. And then the last one from Canada is, or for the dimes, is a 1965 10-cent. And this one's an EF for 4. All right. And I will do a little deal tonight. Oh, that's about what I was going to do. Going to Chef for 21 bucks. All right. Already going to Chef. Yeah. 1 second. Getting organized real quick. There we go. All right. All right. Next up, we got a semi-key date. Original mintage number on this coin was 846,000. This was the 1903 25 cent 925 sterling silver in good. NGC list on this coin is 30 bucks. I am doing it for 18. And you know what? Tonight, if anybody wants it, I will do it for 15. I'll do it exactly half of list. So tonight only, 15 bucks. $3 off. And going to Moosox for 15. Congrats, sir. And the last one for Canada is a big one. It is the 1976 $10 925 sterling silver. 1.445 ounce assayed silver weight in this coin. It's Gem BU and 75 bucks. Anybody? Whoa, go away. The melt value on this alone is basically $60. I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys a better deal on this one tonight. I'll do 70. Going to Black Frog for 70. See, you saved yourself an extra $2 over even what you wanted. Congrats to Mr. Black Frog. All right. Next up, one coin from Australia. It is a 1960 florin, 50% silver, beautiful BU. Over $15. I could see. Let me see if the mintage on that is listed. 1976, $10, Canada. So, there were less than 2 million of them originally were made. But each one of them from the series, because there's a series of like 5 different ones. And they all have the exact same mintage. So I don't know if that... There's a possibility that where it's listed the 1,985,257 minted, that might be across all 5 of the different ones from the series. There's a lot. Sometimes with coins like that from other countries, the listing of the mintage, you have to divide it by how many were in that series. But I'm not sure if that's one of them or not. So anyway, 1960 Australian florin, beautiful BU. I mean, you automatically figure that 80% of them have been melted down. This one's going to Chef. Congrats, sir. That's pretty much the going thing. Especially after the huge meltdown during COVID, when the silver prices jumped up, a lot of world silver got melted. All right, next up, I got 2 of these available. 470,000 mintage on these. These are 1964 1 crowns from Bermuda. 50% silver gem BUs. $20 each. Gorgeous coins. Anybody? 20 bucks each. Let's see what current melt on these is now. Melt price on these as of right this second. $14.94. So you're getting it for $5.06 over melt for a limited mintage coin that is a beautiful Jim BU. How can you go wrong? Wow, nobody. All right. Moving on. Oh, one going to Chef. Coming in late there. And the other one going to Doug. All right. You guys both came in late. Alrighty. Next one up is from Germany. Hey, Ben. How you doing? This is a 1977 F 10 mark. Olympic Spiral. 62.5% silver. BU. 18 bucks. It's almost a proof like. Actually, it pretty much is a proof like. It's a BU proof like. Anybody? Going to Chef. Grat Chef. Next one. I am actually amazed this one didn't go last time I had it up. Because this is only 250,000 of these were made. 1968 300 Guaranis from Paraguay. 72% silver BU, going for 40 bucks. Till when? How long would you want me to hold it for you for? I wouldn't be able to go 35, Doug. I could go 38. Can you run 38? Oh, you're asking if the stream was freezing? No. That is on your end, sir. All right, going to Doug for 38. Congrats. This is next one up. I honestly wish I could keep this one. This thing is freaking gorgeous. It's a 1964 10 kroner from Norway. 90% silver, Jim BU. This was an NIFC commemorative for Norway. This was not a circulated coin. 35 bucks. This one is, let me see. See if we can find the mintage. So current melt on this coin alone right now is $23.78. 1964 mintage was 1.4 million. And then they probably melted a bunch of those down over the years. So again, figure 80% of them are gone. And this one's going to Chef. Congrats, sir. Now you're dropping your phone. All right, next up is 1993 3 rubles from Russia. Bolshoi Ballet, 90% silver. This is a 1 ounce silver weight proof coin. Going for 65 bucks. I'm going to give you guys a better deal on this one tonight. For tonight only. I'm going to give you 13 bucks off. Tonight only, 52 bucks. That is my rock bottom price I can do on this coin. It's only $11 over melt. And going to Chef. Grat Chef. Next up, $1975, 50 francs from France. 90% silver. 0.8681 ounce acid silver weight. It is Choice BU, 45 bucks. Herculean. It wasn't Arabic, it was Russian. It was a Russian 3 ruble. Anybody? Cyrillic. So current melt on this coin is $35.67. So check this out. Tonight only. $40. Going to Chef. Getting that one for less than $5 over melt. Grazie. All right, last world silver coin of the night. $1944, 1 franc, Switzerland. 83.5% silver VF. Going for $8. Let's see what the current melt is on this one real fast. Current melt on this guy is $5.52. Anybody? All right, moving on. Oh, going to Chef. Chef came in late on that one. Grazie. And you guys clean sweep to the foreign silver for tonight. Every foreign silver coin went tonight. Nice. Let the chef cook. All right. All right, we're getting into American coins now. We're going to be kicking off with Indian cents. But I really need to use the bathroom real quick, so we're going to take a short break. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Wait. Man, lost like 10 people during that break. All right. Ugh. Indian cents. All right, so all but 5 of these are going to be $2 each. There's a couple that are 3 and a couple that are $5. So I'm going to do this like I always do with the Indians. I'm going to link them all, and then I'll show them, and then just say Ben and what date or dates you want. So we got 1890 and about good. 1893 in VG. 1897 in good. 1898 VG. 1899 VF with 1 diamond. 1900 fine. 1901 EF with 2 diamonds. 1902 VF with 1 diamond. 1903 in good. 1905 in VG. 06 VG. 07 VG. And 08 in good. All right, here is the 1890 in about good. Here's the 1893 in VG. The 1897 in good. '98 VG. '99. This one is the VF with 1 diamond. And that's the right there. 1 full diamond still in view. $1900 and fine. The 1901 EF with 2 diamonds. Here's the 1902 VF with 1 diamond. And this one, it's the one closest to the end there. $1903, good. By the way, for anybody who doesn't know, if you have full diamonds, that's 5 diamonds. Here's the 1905 VG. '06 VG. '07 VG. And '08 in good. Anybody on any of these? Zeke, which one are you saying been to? I need a date. And then Wayne, after Zeke lets me know which one he's buying, I'll let you know a bundle for the rest. Oh, you're both wondering a bundle? Let's see. I could do $17 for all. That would knock off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That knocks off 14 bucks. And Wayne's taking that deal, grat sir. So that makes all the $2 ones $1 now. The $3 ones are now $2. The $5 one is now $3. All right. You're very welcome, sir. Let me get these all filled in real quick. Alrighty. Next up, got some Lincoln Cent proofs. Alright, all but two of these are $2 each. The two that aren't are $5 each, and this is the first two. So again, I'm going to link them all and then show them all. We got 1960 for $5. 61 for $5. And all the rest of them are all $2 a piece. Got 62. 64. 94. 96. 98. And 2004. And here is the 1960. Here is the 61. Wayne wants the 62 and 64. Here's your two, Wayne, so you can see them. That one's got some really cool toning starting on it. It's almost like a purple. Then here is the 94. '96. 98. And the 2004. We mark the two that Wayne got real quick. All right, if anybody wants the rest of them as a bundle, I can do the rest of them for 11 bucks. That knocks $7 off. And Wayne's taking the rest for the deal. Grat, sir. Alrighty. Right, next up, silver Washington quarters. So we were talking about these at the beginning of the stream. With the new silver prices, your 90% silver quarters are $7.42 each just in melt. I have to buy copper. Silver's getting too high. So we got 1957D. Hey, there's a lot of awesome copper coins. There's nothing wrong with that. This one's in an EF for 10 bucks. Every single one of these, by the way, is going to be 10 bucks. Then we got the silver plain date, or the 57 plain date, EF for 10 bucks. '58 Denver. EF for 10 bucks. Yeah, same here. I'm wanting to get some of the older dates on the Indians. They're just getting harder to come by. And 60 Denver, AU for 10 bucks. '61 Denver, AU for 10 bucks. The coolest one of the bunch, in my opinion, the 64 Denver Choice BU. Still $10. $64 plain day, $10. BU. And the 94S proof. 90% silver, $10. If anybody wants all of these, for tonight only, says all 8 coins. Would have been $80 individually. I'll go $68 if anybody wants all of them as a bundle. And Chef is taking that deal. That's $1 over melt each coin, Chef. That makes each one of them $8.50 each. Congrats. Yeah, definitely. Originally I'd said I thought I was going to hit $40 by the end of the year. It's already there. So now I'm saying I think $50 by the end of the year, and because now it's considered a critical metal, I can see $100 by the end of next year. Legit. All right, next up, I could do a bunch of these sets. I only had one on the list, but I could do a bunch of these sets. This is the 2022S. Not the proofs. These are the NIFC BUs. The only way you could get these is by ordering them in rolls from the mint. Very low mintage on these. Less than 1 million each. If I remember right. Or it might have been just slightly over. But very low mintage on these. That's the Nina Otero Warren. List on these right now is $12 each. Here's your Wilma Man Killer. I'm doing the whole set for $8. Anime Wong. Sally Ride. I could also do the 2023 sets as well. I can do a bunch of those if anybody wants them. And the Maya Angelou. And again, it'd be $8 per set. San Francisco Mint NIFC BUs. Anybody? I have PayPal and Cash App, Kim. All right, Kim, I need you to send me email by the end of the night. I'm going to put this in chat. There's my email address, cheapskatecoins@gmail.com. Okay, the email has to have your personal info, shipping info, channel name, which payment method you're going to use, Cash App or PayPal. And what email you use for that payment method. So I can invoice you. If I don't get that email by the end of the night, you will not get anything. Shipping is $6 to $23. $6 being little purple bubble mailer, $23 being a large flat rate box. I do hold packages if you want to maximize your shipping. So I need that email by the end of the night. Alrighty. And again, if anybody else wants one of these, I can do a lot of these sets. And I can do the 2023s as well. Same price. Speaking of 2023s, list price on this next lot, if you go buy coin by PCGS, and this is for the lowest price they have listed, the lowest grade, is $480. I'm doing this lot for $60. This is a full roll. As I said, you have to get them from the mint in rolls. This is a full roll. And this one's going to Zeke. Congrats, Zeke. Zeke, you're going to be in a small flat rate. Do you want me to hold it to let you fill it up? Or do you just want your stuffs? All right. Next up, 1943 Walking Liberty F. 90% silver, VF, $20. No, I meet the there first. I don't know what that means. I think your autocorrect did something. All right, so again, just the melt alone on 90% silver half dollars, $14.83, or $14.84. Oh, you wanted one of the sets, not the roll? Kim, yes, I also have the 5-coin set for 2023 as well. Same price. Okay, so Zeke is getting one of the 2022 sets. Got it. So the roll is still available then. If anybody wants it. And Kim, did you want me to put you down for a 2023 set? Alrighty, you got it. All right. All right, so yeah, so the roll is still available if anybody wants it. Again, it's a full roll, 1923s. Edith Kanaka. You know what? What the heck? I'm going to do this for you guys tonight. For that roll, for tonight only, check this out. Just because I like you guys and you're awesome. For tonight only, $40 for that roll. $1 a coin. Wow, nobody. That's only 4 times face. All right. All right, back to the walker. Did anybody want the walking Liberty have? Again, this was a 1943 plain date VF for $20. You want to roll a Jovita Idars? I don't have a full roll of those. I've got like a half a roll. I got to do up the sets that people wanted, but then after that, if you want, I can count them up and give them to you for $1 a piece. All right, moving on. All right, next up. Looking to offload these as presidential proofs. So first up, I've got 2 sets of these. These are the 2009s. If anybody wants the full set, I'm gonna give you the best deal ever. $8. 2 times face. $2 per coin. It literally is only costing you $1 because you're getting a dollar coin in return. That is called minimal risk right there. One set going to Zeke. Anybody on the other? Got one more available on that set. All right, moving on. All right, and then this is the last 3 lots of the night. Is 3 out of 4 of the 2010s. I am missing the Lincoln. But I will give you the same deal. If anybody wants all 3, I'll do them for $6, $2 a piece. Anybody? Chef is spinning the walker. You got it, sir. All right, recap. Banknotes, we still got all 3 of the Argentinas. And I said I would do a bundle on those as a set for $4, so it'll save you $1. We still got the Thailand, the Cambodia, the Taiwan, and Italy. Zeke, are you taking the 2010s? Is that what that bin was for? Anybody on the banknotes? All right, last 2010 presidential is going to Zeke for the deal. The Italy banknote I will show you in one moment, Chef. All right, for Chef, here is the Italy. It's 1,000 Lyre, 1990, uncirculated. $2. And then for Wayne, the Thailand is... All right, Italy is going to Chef. Thailand is a 1969 to 78 series 10 baht. Going for $2. Alrighty. All right, from the medallions, where'd they go? The 130th Engineer Brigade Command Coin of Excellence is still available. The Falun 350 AR Sweden Train Medallion is still available. The William H. Taft High Relief Presidential Commemorative Medallion is still available. And the Ho Memorial Hospital Lord's Prayer Medallion is still available. If anybody wants all of those, I'll give you a really good bundle deal on all of those. Oh, very cool. I tried to learn origami once, and I was not good at it. I can do paper airplanes, and I can do a paper Pac-Man. That's about the extent of my origami ability. The one that's small, I don't know if you'd even be able to get them off. Just trying to get them off would probably kill them. All right. The 1919 Canadian large cents, the two fines are still available. Thanks, Kim. Sean, I don't have any of that stuff on my channel. That's all extra added plugins that people use. I don't have it. And then, of course, that full roll of the Edith Kanakis quarters. And the one set of 2009 presidential proofs. That's everything still available. So anybody for anything else? Yep, I got your email, Kim. Thank you. All right, I will keep that in mind, Zeke. You guys came dang close to a sellout tonight. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody, thanks for coming out. As always, give me a little bit of time to get the invoices put together and sent out. Next week, we will be back on our normal Thursday time. So Thursday starting 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. Pacific. We're not normally on Fridays for anybody new. So I will see you all again next week. Everybody have a great night.